This is FYI on your TV, brought to you by Hometown News. I'm Kathy Botham. I've got Jill Woodley with me. You are with Senior Community Services out of Kemptville. Thanks for joining us today.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.
I asked you what your title was. My goodness, let's go. You tell people what you do.
My title is sort of split in two. I am the volunteer and client services coordinator. So I look after our almost 100 volunteers that we have here. I also am the marketing and communication specialist here as well. And I also chair the fundraising committee. So lots of hats, but I love them all.
That's right. Now, your hat that you're wearing right now that originally got me to contact you was the volunteers. You say you have
Yeah.
nearly 100, but your center is so big, you need more.
Yeah, we're really increasing our clientele for sure. We saw a big increase in Meals on Wheels over the last few months. Um, and we want to make sure that everyone is looked after. We're a volunteer-driven organization. And we have 80 active volunteers. The 100 make up the singing seniors who are also volunteers and go out in the community and represent us. Um, so we are actively looking for a few more to join our incredible team.
And I looked at your Facebook page, and I love pictures. I'm a photographer. The joy and the fun you have, like your volunteers and everything, with your activities and everything, it looks like a great place to be.
It is a great place to be. I tell you, I go home every day feeling really like I've had a fulsome day, and there's always a piece of joy that comes with that. Just Mondays, for instance, we have euchre, and it's grown so much. The tables are filled. We can always use more people. Don't hesitate. But it's loud and raucous and fun. And I talked to one client yesterday who said, "This is the laughter I need that gets me through the whole week."
And
Just incredible.
to go home knowing that you had part of that, that's amazing. As a volunteer or as
Yeah.
yourself, that's just so satisfying at the end of
Yes,
the
I
day.
think the volunteers here are very satisfied with what they do. They impact lives, truly change and impact lives. Whether it's delivering a meal to someone's door every day, a heated lunch every day, or driving people to appointments that are necessary for their medical well-being. It's all so important. So our drivers, I bow to them. I've been in this business for a long time, the nonprofit sector, and drivers are the hardest people to find, but they tend to be the most amazing people around because they take on such a responsibility. However, the stories they have, the relationships they build, yeah, I get really great feedback from our drivers.
And the relief that they bring to people, that they don't have to worry about getting to an appointment on time, or the drive there, or they don't have to rely on family or a friend or a neighbor to help out.
Mhm.
There's somebody they know that's going to come and reliable and get them there.
Yeah, it's essential. We don't have any transportation out here, and there are people who also lose their license, but they want to remain living at home. That's our mandate, is to support people to age well at home. And the drivers get them to, hospitals in the city, or to Brockville, to that hospital, or various appointments around the town here too. Being a driver doesn't mean you have to drive far. It doesn't mean you have to drive to Ottawa. Everyone has their specifics. A lot of people
Right.
just want to stay local, and that's fine. That's fine. We're very flexible.
And like you say, we're trying to keep people at home too. So part of volunteering too could either be at your location. Is it on Sanders Street? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah,
Is it Sanders
215
Street?
Sanders. Yeah,
Or you help people in their homes.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we also have we have exercise programs, we have a yoga program, all these things, all these little pieces that help people to stay healthy, so they can stay at home and not be a fall risk, have sustainable food, and no, they don't suffer from loneliness. We have a friendly visiting program as well, which is essential. And I'm finding more people right now in January. And as the dark days are here, there's a lot of loneliness. And we know that loneliness is the silent killer, as
Yes.
they've said.
Yes.
So we're getting more and more people out the door and into people's homes for weekly visits or weekly phone calls. And all those little pieces help for sure.
Absolutely. Now, can we go through some of the numbers of the people that you help serve in 2023? Because it is
Sure.
amazing what you've done. Meals on Wheels, 5,147 meals delivered. 5,147 meals. And
Yeah.
I mean, not just delivered, prepared as well.
That's right. We also have people in the kitchen, the volunteers who come and prep the meals. So they get all the frozen meals ready to go, and they get the heated meals ready to go. And the driver comes in, collects everything, and takes them where they need to go.
Wow, wow. And when we talk about drivers too, 123,677 kilometers were
Yeah,
driven in 2023.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that was helping 2,317. That was how many drives you did.
That's how many drives we did. Yeah,
All right, this is
yeah.
terrible. I can't understand my own writing here.
That's okay. The
14,
numbers are astronomical
they
for
are,
such a small. Yeah,
14,044 hours, volunteer hours were logged.
yeah,
That's amazing. And you still need
yeah,
more.
yeah. That's a lot of full-time employees,
It is.
if you think about it. Yeah.
It really is.
So yeah, they do phenomenal work. I love supporting them, and we have a lot of fun too.
Absolutely.
So got to throw that in too. We have fun.
I have to. I have to throw that in too because I looked at the pictures. There was an event right before Christmas. You were selling wreaths, I believe. The
Yes,
people out in
yes,
the
it's one of
parking
our.
lot, along with Santa Claus, and you had the police there, and it was a great
Yeah.
time. It was a great time.
We're very supported in this community by the Mobile Crisis Unit. They will help us whenever, and they're also really good advocates for our clients. So we contact them, or they contact us when they have to go to a client's home and they see that they're maybe struggling. So it's a great relationship between the two of us.
Yeah,
And Mayor Peckford is wonderful too, coming to our events, and she was handing out wreaths, and yeah, it was great.
you're a great resource for the whole community as well.
Thank
So
you.
that's wonderful.
Thank
You
you.
have a newsletter. It's called a Flipbook newsletter. I really enjoyed that. A lot of stories, a lot of personal stories about people that you're helping to serve,
Yeah.
and some of the volunteers, and just things going on. That's where I believe I got all the statistics, the numbers. That was amazing.
Yeah, we have it's called the holiday jingle, and it comes out the beginning of every December, and it does talk about what we've done over the year and highlights our volunteers. I was able to highlight volunteers who have been here for 35 years, 20 years, 10 years, just so the recognition is out there. Recognition is very important to me. And gratitude is very important to me too, because they're taking this incredible gift of time and giving it to us.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah.
we couldn't go make it without volunteers.
No, we could
They are the
not.
heart of our communities. Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Now you've been there for 42 years. The seniors community services.
Not me
have been,
personally.
not you
No.
personally, but you've been there in the Kempville area for 42 years. What is
We
your
have.
catchment area? What area do you serve?
So it runs from basically almost to Merrickville, and then almost around Hullville. We it's a little blurred at times. There are some people who are sort of in no man's land, and so we help them out. We do have clients in Merrickville that we help out. We have community partners in Merrickville as well, who contact us and let us know when somebody needs some help. Um, we don't look, I mean, it's Ross in Ottawa, they're in Manotick, so they look after, up to North Gore, but they're kind of in a no man's land too. So it's really tough. So we do use our discretion at times if we can help someone. Our foot care clinic is incredibly busy,
Oh, I can
and we do
imagine.
get people from various regions who can't access foot care. But yeah, our catchment area, it's quite large
It's
for
quite
sure.
large. It's quite large.
Yeah,
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely. That's why you need so many volunteers.
that's right.
That's right. Now, to
That's
become a
right.
volunteer, how do they do that?
You contact me.
Yeah.
You contact me, and you just call the center. We have one lines, and there's always a human at the other end of the line. We have volunteer receptionists too. And so they will contact me, and there's an application process. There's an interview. Everyone requires a police check. For drivers, there's a few extra things. Of course, you have to have a valid license and a valid insurance and that sort of thing. Now, that's kind of the minutia. But first, you meet me, and we decide together what do you want to do? How many hours would you like to put in? And what do you think would make you happy? Like, where would you like to be put?
That,
So Sometimes people think they want to do one thing and then they realize it's something else that they like better.
Well,
And
that
that's
sounds
fine.
like there's so much going on. You even said your receptionist is a volunteer. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, we have receptionists. We have I think eight. And they work morning and afternoon. They split the day. We have two that don't split the day. Like they being with us all day long, which is funny. But apparently they do a great job. Answering the phone is very there's a lot to that.
yeah.
They take drives, they take information, they deal with clients. They're the face of our organization. They're amazing,
They're
amazing.
first people that you talk to.
That's right.
Very important,
That's
very
right.
important. Now, what is your
Yeah.
phone number?
It is 613-258-3203.
All right. And you have a Facebook page?
We
That's where I
do.
get a
It's
lot
under
of your information.
Seniors Community Services. We have Instagram as well, same Seniors Community Services. We also have a website where you can get all the information you need. It's quite fulsome, and it's seniorscs.ca is our yeah.
Excellent.
I think that's it for where we're out there. Yeah.
Excellent. And you're located at 215 Sanders Street?
Yeah, 215 Sanders Street. That's where we are. We have a center here. We have a book lending library, and we have a dining room that we have a luncheon every Wednesday. People are more than welcome to come as long as they sign up ahead of time. We have exercise program downstairs in our activity room. So the center is open from 8:30 till 4 Monday to Friday. So, we are always here and we welcome people.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. And like we say, it looks like people have a lot of fun there. There's a lot of joy going on there. So if you
There is
want to
a lot of
volunteer,
joy.
you
Yeah.
go home at the end of the night knowing you've done good.
Yeah.
That's
I
wonderful.
do. Thanks.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for joining us, Jill
It
Woodley.
was my pleasure.
I want to say what your title is again. Go ahead. What is your title?
Oh, volunteer and client services coordinator. And then I do communications and marketing as well.
All right, you are the go-to person for sure, for sure.
Sure. No, well, Dawn Roger is our executive director.
That's
She's
right.
really the go-to person. I'm the support and happy to do it.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, thank you very much for joining us today and telling us more about the senior community services going on in
Thank
Kemptville
you.
in the North Grenville area.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.